Good morning, children. Welcome back to English class. In our last session, we have finished lesson A Hero, right? I told you to write a glossary and summary in your classwork. I hope you have done that. Okay, write your classwork, children. Don't neglect that. And in today's session, we'll see the textbook, vocabulary and grammar part. Everybody open your page number 91 in your textbook. Okay, second bit. Look at second bit, children. Read the following sentences and say whether they are true or false. Write T for true and F for false statements in the brackets. Correct the false statements. So it is true or false. We have finished the lesson, right? So you can answer them very easily. Let us see that. First one. Swami said that he would sleep alone from the following week. So this is true or false, children? Tell me. It's false because actually Swami told that he will sleep from next month first onwards. He said like that, right? But here it was given like following week. So that's why first one is false. Second one. Swami's father looked like a ghost in darkness. So it's true or not, children? Yes, he thought right. Actually, Swami thought that in the darkness, his father was looking like a ghost to him. So it is true. First one false. Second one true. Third one. When Swami was snoring, his grandmother pulled the blanket away. Is it true, children? No. Then who had pulled the blanket? Who had pulled the blanket away? His father. But here it is given grandmother. So that's why even it is also false. Right? Next, fourth one. Swami was really afraid of darkness. So it's true or false, children? Yes, it is 100% true. He was really afraid of darkness. That's why he never wanted to sleep alone. Next one. Swami wished that the tiger had killed the boy. Is it true? Yes, it is true. So when he was pained and angry, he thought that the tiger had killed the boy. He thought that the tiger would have killed the boy. He wished like that. So even it is also true. So first one is false, second one true, third one false, fourth one true, and even fifth one is also true. Clear, children? Write the answers there itself in your textbook. Okay. Now let us see the third bit. Tick the correct option to make the sentence true. So it's like choosing. First one. Swami was almost faint with fear because, so faint means what, children? Becoming unconscious. He was almost faint with fear because, what are the options here? First one, A. His father would beat him. B. He was afraid of ghosts. C. A ghost entered his room. D. He had a terrible dream. Which one is correct, children, among these four options? Option B is correct, right? As he was afraid of ghosts, almost he was faint with fear. Right? So option B is correct. Next one. Swami clutched the leg of dash. Options A. His father. B. His grandmother. C. A child. D. The thief. So whose leg he caught? He holds the leg of a thief, a burglar, house breaker. Right? So a thief. Option D is correct. So first one, option B. Second one, option D. Right, children? Next one. Coming to the vocabulary part, first bit. Pick out synonyms from the story for each of the following words. So synonyms means what, children? Actually we need to write the meanings. But here pick out the synonyms from the story. So from the story what was given, those words we need to write here. Total 10 words are there. I have written 5 words on the board. Remaining 5 you need to do it by yourself. Read the lesson, find out, search those words and write. Okay. So coming to the first 5, what are they? First one is clear. So clear means what? Detailed. First one is clear. Clear means detailed. Next one, bravery. Bravery means courage. Next, shameful. Shameful means disgraceful. Disgraceful. Fourth one, hide. Hide means enclose. Fifth one, upset means pained. Okay. So just write down these meanings in the textbook. I repeat, clear, detailed, bravery, courage, shameful, disgraceful, hide, enclose, upset, pained. Clear, children? Yes. Next, remaining 5, do it by yourself. Sixth one, argued, swore, unpleasant, tapped, damage. Okay. So just search for these words and write down. Next, turn the page. So here also second bit. What it is? Read the conversation given below and fill in the blanks with appropriate words from the box. So first let us read the words in the box. What is first one? Grateful, respect, certain, courage, sternly, afraid of, terrible, hesitated, disturbed, disgraceful. So down there is a conversation between 2 members. Who are they, children? Who are they? Ruchira and Suhas. There is a small conversation between Ruchira and Suhas. In that conversation actually blanks are given. We need to fill those blanks with the words given in the box. Right? Okay. So now let us try to answer them. What is first one? What Ruchira said? I don't know whether the teacher dares to give his mobile number. Why the teacher dares to give his mobile number? So hesitated. What it is? I don't know why the teacher hesitated. Hesitation means what? Hesitating means what? Thinking. Okay. So generally before taking any decision we think a lot. So that's whether to do or not. That condition is called as hesitation. See here actually the teacher thought for a while for giving the mobile number. So that's why it is it should be written like hesitated. So in the first blank write hesitated. I don't know why the teacher hesitated to give his mobile number. Next, Suhas. What he said? He might be worried that you would dash him with your phone calls. So what he said? What would be the sufficient word here? Check and tell me. So it is disturb. He might be worried that you would disturb him with your phone calls. So that's why he was hesitating to give his mobile number. Right. Next, Ruchira. I have great dash for him. I'll never behave in a dash manner. So I have a great respect for him. Obviously, right? You also have a great respect for your teachers, right? So what she said, I have great respect for him. I will never behave in a disgraceful manner. So what is the fourth blank, children? Disgraceful manner. Next, I'm dash that. I'm certain that. Certain means sure. I'm sure that. So here the meaning is I'm certain. I'm certain that our teacher will not give his number. Anyhow, I like your dash. What is the correct one here, children? I like your courage. We are all dash him. We are all afraid of him. So Suhas, what he said? I am certain that our teacher will not give his number. Anyway, I like your courage. We are all afraid of him. Next, Ruchira. I don't think our teacher is dash, but he says everything dash. Once he gave me a wonderful gift, so I'm always dash to him. So what she said, Ruchira said, I don't think our teacher is terrible. So I don't think he is terrible, but he says everything sternly. Yesterday we got this meaning, right? Sternly means strictly, strongly, seriously. Okay, so I don't think he is terrible, but he says everything sternly. Once he gave me a wonderful gift, so I'm always grateful to him. Like this, you need to fill the blanks. So just I repeat the words once, check the order and write. First one, hesitated. Second one, disturbed. Third one, disgraceful. Next, certain. Next, courage. Afraid of. Terrible. Sternly. Grateful. Right? Next. Third bit. Read the following clues given below to complete the word ladder. So word ladders I think you have done in your lower classes. In each and every lesson, backside of the lesson, after completion of the lesson, you might have got this. Okay, so it's like a crossword puzzle. Just we need to fill that boxes. Down clues are given. First we read the clues. Okay, what is the first one? Sandhya said dash that she hated him. What can we write here? So look at that first word, children. Actually, first letter will be C and it's going to be end with Y. So we need to fill that blank. First letter is C and last letter is Y. We need to fill that. So what can we write here? Clearly. Clearly. So Sandhya said clearly that she hated him. So in the first box, write clearly. Next, Sridhar is a dash boy of 10 years old. So 10 years old means we can say that young. Young boy. Y-O-U-N-G. Young. Next, Jyoti used to sleep beside her granny. G-R-A-N-N-Y. Granny. The garden is full of dash colored flowers. Yellow colored flowers, because Y is given and W is given, right? So what is the color that starts with Y and ends with W? Obviously it is yellow. Next, I met my friend Kumar on my dash home. Way home. W-A-Y. So first one clearly, second one young, third one granny, fourth one yellow, fifth one way. Right? In this manner you need to complete. Next one. Fourth one, proverbs. So proverbs you already know that, I think, children. A proverb is a short sentence usually known to many people stating something commonly experienced or giving advice. Here are some English proverbs. Tit for tat. Where there is a will, there is a way. A bad workman always blames his tools. I think you have heard these proverbs. At least you might have heard this. Tit for tat. So in Telugu, not only in Telugu, in each and every language we use proverbs. So proverbs are like short sentences. Those are generally known to many people, stating something commonly experienced or giving advice. So after being experienced for so many years, our ancestors, our previous people, they have given some sentences that can be used in general way, in general situations. In some situations we can use them. We can learn actually. So because of the experience only, our ancestors, they observed, and from their experiences only they have given their short sentences. Even those are really applicable for our lives also. So in some situations we can use those proverbs. So for example, if you take, every language has proverbs. In Telugu we call them Sametalu. So what do we call them in Telugu, children? proverbs are called as Sametulu. So you might have heard so many Sametulu in Telugu. Here is one example from Telugu. What it is? Kukka kaatuki cheppu debba. So have you heard that, children? Kukka kaatuki cheppu debba. Even that only, tit for tat means kukka kaatuki cheppu debba. So like this we use proverbs. Here actually down 2 columns are given, children. We need to match with them. So first one, I'll say 5 and remaining 5 you need to do it by yourself. Okay, so what is first one? Very easy one. So many times we use this. Everybody knows this. An apple a day. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. So where it is? D. Option D. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. So apple is very good for health. If you eat regularly, then you need not to go to doctor. Next, a friend in need is a friend indeed. This is also very usual proverb, right? A friend in need is a friend indeed. So only friends will help us when we are in need. If he is helping in that need, then only he is our true friend. Okay. Next, failure is the stepping stone to success. So from failures only we can learn. By using that failures, we can reach our goal. So that's why it is called as failure is the stepping stone to success. Option E. Next one. A stitch in time saves 9. A stitch in time saves 9. Option B. That means what? We need to respond according to the situation. So if you respond, if you clear it, then it is okay. But if you postpone that, there will be more damage. So if there is a small if you take any cloth, if it is torn, then if you stitch it at that moment itself, then it will not will not be stretched for more. So that is called a stitch in time saves 9. Next, the pen is mightier than the sword. A pen is mightier than the sword. Option C. So obviously sometimes in some cases pen is stronger than sword. Okay, with the pen, that means with the writings of the great poets, poetesses, authors, okay, they have saved or they changed the lifestyles of so many people. So that's why sometimes says that pen is mightier than sword. Like that, remaining 5, read and do it by yourself. So today's homework is complete all these things and write down in your homework book as well. These 10 proverbs, write down in your homework book. Okay, thank you.